there are a number of simulators of them. There are 3 of them. Will be focusing on all the LTspice. One is the arcade, the other one is the multi-sim. Today let us talk about this. Introduce to yourselves to the LTspice, then you decide which one you're going to take. When you go to LTspice, you go to this the Google's or any other one. You go to the LTspice and you download it, and it will be free from Linear Technology. You can go for version 4 or version, the latest version, whatever you want. And I personally like to get the older version, because if you got an older version, you can always go to the when you have this simulating circuit, you have drawn a circuit in lower version, you can always go upper version, and it doesn't make any difference. But normally they don't allow you, if you do with the higher version, develop a schematic in the higher version, it will not run on the lower version. But the vice versa, if you draw in the lower version, you can always run the version. That's why I use the lower version. This is the one. You can see that capture. I got a version 4. The version 4 is not the latest one, but that's the version I have. Version 4, and called the LTspice 4. And once you have that, is done. Let us go and open that. We want to have that. We want to have a new schematic. You go to once you have that the screen, they go to new schematic, and we can do that. We can give that a schematic. Then let us give a name and save as that one, so that we can save it as often as we like. And we call that one the name. You got the introduction to LTspice. Let me save it somewhere that I got introduction to LTspice. Let us call the introduction. Give a name to intro the LTspice intro spice intro. Just give it a date, maybe name. Doesn't matter, 2017, or you can give it 8/2017, or just want to give file name. And once you have that one, now we are supposed to know this the circuit we are going to draw. But look at this one. these are the file. You can do, you can have a new schematic, old opening. You can edit a schematic. If once you have a schematic, you can edit them. You got hierarchy. Sometimes you have a hierarchy once to the other one, and you can view those area. You want to expand them, or you want to grid them in your schematic. Once you draw them, you can draw a grid on that the board, and you can view and you can have simulate. Now this is the one we will be offering more. You want to set up the simulation. You got a control panel. You got a run, and then you got this toolbox. That are the most usually toolbox you will have. Copy to clipboard. If you have a schematic, you want to put the schematic clipboard, and then you want to go to your paste it to your the document wherever you want to have a write a report. And then also you have those the other one, you got this. Sometimes you need to have those couple of windows vertically or horizontally, cascade them. This will allow you to do that. And if you need any help, just look for any topics. Go to this the help. If you need something, you just go for a help, search for a device. That's very useful. I use if I am not sure about something, I will go back and use that one. Okay, let us draw that. Once you go to the next one, you can see that this is the one, is the new schematic. The symbol there, open is present schematic. If you want to save it, and then you have this control panel, and you can see that this is the running. Once you run the simulation, and if you want to zoom it, and it's going to zoom back in and zoom full content. And this is the one, you got a window, you got a cascade. This is going to close all windows. This is the often you need that you made a mistake, you want to cut it. This is very useful in the copy that. You can copy it and paste it. Once you make a copy of something, you can paste it. And this is the one, you search for something, you can search it. And then this is this printer setup, and you got to print it, and then this is the one you need it more often. You want to draw a wiring. And this is the ground terminal you have. Always need every circuit has a ground there. You will have a net list. You create a net list, and then you got this resistor, you got this capacitor, you got an inductor, you got this diode, and you got the symbols for all the components you need. You'll look through that. There are a lot of components. If you go there, you can have many components you need or elements you need. This is, you go there. Now here, this is the one. If you want to move something, then you drag an element, you move it, and if you're going to drag it, this is the one. You move something, you drag it, and this is the one you undo, this is the one redo, and this is the one rotate. Sometimes you need to rotate things there, and this is the one you got a mirror. Once you have something, mirror of something, then you have some the text. You want to write a text on your document, on the schematic. The SPICE directive, there are some comments we'll talk about. With this one, let us start that we draw a circuit, we bring a resistance. Say we bring a resistance here, we bring a one resistance, we'll talk about, and we'll doing another resistance, we'll bring it here, and then we need a two resistance, and then we'll bring a one, we'll need a, you saw that I just clicked the right mouse and stop that one. I'll bring an inductor here. I'll bring an inductor. I'll put it here. We'll look into to organize them. And then we bring a capacitor. I'll bring a capacitor here. I'll bring a capacitor across that one. This is the circuit I have, not circuit I have. This is the one elements I got this one. Then I will need a I'll need a source. I'll need a source. I'll go to this source, go back to there. I'll go for the battery source. I'll go for the voltage source. You can have a battery or you can have a voltage source. I'm not sure, like a voltage source. If you got a voltage source there, the voltage, you can type them. You got a voltage source, and you bring a voltage source. We all have to have a source there. Now, this is the one, all the elements I needed, I have it there, right? Now, I want to have that one to be, I want that to be this one. I hold it, which is called this. This is the one, this is the device I have. This is, I want to move it. I want to drag it, and then I want to see the control rotate. This is the very important one. The control rotate is the rotating. If you want to rotate, this node I like, this is I like, and then I have this inductor. I have the inductor and the resistance. I hold the resistance. I don't like this way. I want to rotate it the horizontally, so that look like a nice circuit there. The control R, you give me that. Now I have this one. Maybe I should put the other way, put the R up. Now I have all the elements I have. Now I have this, I call this one, say R1, say R1, I call the R2, you got a L1, L1 and C1. I have all of them. Now I call this as a V1. I can change this V1. I can call the VS. I can call the VS, change the name as a VS and VS. And then once you have that one, I go for give some values. And I give some values that this one has like this R1. Let us do first. Let us do draw all of them. Make sure I save it. I don't lose anything. Save it. I save this one. And I need to put the wiring. Let me put a wiring there. Something you need to look for. If you're looking for evaluating a software, how easy to bring them in your platform, how easy to rotate them and change them, and also how easy to wiring them. It's very painful could be because you have to do a lot of wiring. How easy to wire them is very important to know. And then also you look for how easy to import the schematic to your report whenever you're writing. And then also, whatever the results you have, how it is easy to import them and manipulate them and see them. There are a lot of things to look for that. Let us draw that. Look at how easy this is to do that. You just do this one, and then I go there. You can see the cursor, whether you have done that, and you're going to have this one. I got this one. How I have this one. I have that one. I have that one, and I have drawn this one too. Now I have drawn all the drawing. I've done that. Let me draw a ground. Let me bring a ground, and then bring a ground, and then make the ground and complete the ground there. Then let me go back and draw this, connect the ground. Then I will be done. This is what I have, this circuit I have. Now I want to change this value here. I want to change this value, like, put this like 2 ohms, and then you got like you got say 1 millihenry, say millihenry, and then we need to look for say this is called say 1k, and then put this one, so 10 microfarad, 1 microfarad, maybe 1 microfarad. This is the circuit we have. Once you have this circuit, one thing I want to do, put this node number. You put a node, assign a node, level them so that I know which one is what. Call this 1, we'll call this 2, we'll call this 3. Let us pull this 1, and then it's called this 2, 2, and this is 3. Okay, this is 3. Now we have got a level all of them. Now we want to put this set up the input source. Like if you come here, you can come here. There's one of the things you can have that once you have this the level you have, once you have the values, you can have the values, whatever the values I have. You have the option to go for select the resistance you like, anything available in the market. You can have that one. Similarly, the inductor, you can define that you can have any inductor you like in the market you have. Okay, the capacitor too, you can choose a capacitor, any capacitor like from the market you have. You can do that one. So like for the source, we'll put some voltage here. Nominals we'll put both say 10 volts. We'll put a 10 volts or 1 volts, nominal 1 volts, put it nominal DC. And then once you have done that, we could have that advanced we can call. Now in this particular case, we will put a say DC volts of we put a 10 volts of DC volts, 10 volts DC. We put it 1 volts, put a DC volts that we want to see the DC volts. We have DC volts, and then this is assigned as the DC volts. We want to find out the current and voltage through the circuit. Remember, with the circuit, inductor will be short circuited, the capacitor will be open circuited. There will be output. If I look to the output, it will be the potential. The voltage at this 3 will be the potential divider. Most of them will be 10 volts. Like how do you do that? If you simulate the circuit to the setup, DC point, DC operating point, you put a DC, you're going to find the DC operating point, and then you run that DC simulate, you run it, you're going to see that the voltage and current you get. Voltage across the 2 is almost the 3 are the same voltage. You see that? This is good one. With this one, I think I'm going to close it.